What's up and good morning, guys? How are you? Alex here from Hoppos, and we are back with another video for you guys. And well, let's see, we are actually heading our way to Powder Coat right now. I got a call on Friday, which unfortunately a few of you guys that follow me on IG and my personal, you guys kind of saw that I was out of town. We took a few days off. We had some time in between the Skyline build, and I just needed to get the hell out for a little bit. Just gotta take a little vacation with the family. We had our yearly family trip planned, and yeah, went out and enjoyed that. So now we're back to reality, but we're gonna go head our way over to pick up the powder coat. It's done. I'm excited, but the bad part is it's been pouring all morning. It just cleared up, so I'm taking off right now. So we're heading our way over right now. As you can see behind me here, I'm still loaded up from vacation. We got home, I was tired. I was just like, nah, this ain't happening. I'm gonna leave it in there, but I forgot how to pick up powder coat, so we're just gonna have to toss everything back here. Got the moving blankets ready to go. Got a big rig coming up on me quick, so I get out of the way. But we're gonna head over. We also had a little mishap. Notice this window's down or up. This window's up. Yeah, and that's duct tape up there. A long story, guys, but there's an issue. Let's just say there was a broken window involved in my truck in this vacation. Yeah, so unfortunately no one had glass laying around out there. Within 200 miles of where I was at, everything couldn't get installed till this following week, or this week right now. So I was just like, screw it. Went to Ace Hardware, picked up some plexiglass, got some Gorilla Tape. Got me a makeshift window for the day. It's ghetto, but it gets me by. And don't worry, guys, I already scheduled a window guy coming. I scheduled the window guy and the tint guy, so we should be back to normal very, very soon. It's just a window that can be replaced. So I already got that lined up, got the window guy lined up for sometime this week, I believe Thursday I think it was. And then tint guy is gonna be Friday. So gonna have all those all lined up here, get this taken care of. Unfortunately it was raining, we had like a huge monsoon. Luckily we caught the tail end of it as we were leaving. But when we got home, more rain. Thank God for this Ace Hardware custom window we got here. Weight reduction and yeah, okay, it's just a shitty window. But it's all taken care of. It's all scheduled in, so we'll get that fixed, and we'll be back to normal in no time. So we're a few miles away from picking up powder, about 2 miles or so. So we're gonna turn into there and see what this looks like, and I'm super excited and stoked.
I'm not in the box.
And it's comfortable. It's very comfortable.
But these exactly, so this matrix right here, but it's plastic, it's 36 bucks. And the thing I like about it, see the thing like, and it'll get me out of a pinch. You can, well, yeah, you can get up to a Gen 5 dock in California.
And these guys absolutely killed this color. The overall finish, even on the edges, like not too heavy, not too light, but this color is super sick. I didn't even notice on the chip, there's actually a little bit of like flake in it. Looks really, really good. Right now it looks really bright. The shaded looks pretty dark if you look there, but it's exact pretty damn, I'm gonna say 99.8% match up to the actual car. Just getting back to the shop right now. We gotta lay out a blanket here, get all this going. I got a few things to cut real quick, but other than that, I'm gonna knock that out. Got a few things to program, but other than that, we're gonna knock that out about 20 minutes. Then from there, we're gonna lay out this blanket. We're gonna get the powder coat laid out on it. Powder Solutions did an absolutely amazing job on it. They freaking killed it, and they got it back to us really quick, which is great. So guys, if you guys are watching this, thank you guys. I really do appreciate it. If you guys ever need any type of powder coat work in the IE, Riverside, Moreno Valley area, even San Diego, if you guys ever needed something, go talk to them, let them know Hoppo sent you. They're great guys, super cool, humble, and they're great to work with, and they knocked it out really, really quick, and the quality is outstanding. So we were very happy with it. So now we're gonna get this guy and get it assembled. So we got this guy flipped upside down real quick. We're gonna start mounting up the trim pieces, get the plexi in here, start running lighting, and get all the fittings and bulkheads in place as well. It's hot and humid, very, very hot and humid. So here we go, let's get going. Guys, it's hot. Everything's closed up. All the guys are gone for the day. And well, we're still working on this air setup here. We just got everything all buttoned up for the most part as far as like a mocking. I still gotta come in and still gotta heat shrink all these wires, heat shrink this, but everything is mounted and tight. So now we get to test. That's the nice part. That's the fun part. I hooked up all the LED lighting. We got it on a Optima battery right here, just testing. This Optima battery's been seriously laying around the shop probably for like 8 years, and somehow it still holds the charge. It was enough to get these lights going, but honestly it has not even hooked up or got touched by any connections, probably at least by the last 3 years, at least 2 or 3 years. And so it was a little low, but we got it hooked up to the battery charger right now. We got it hooked up to the battery here. We just got our leads tapped in just to test all the wiring real quick. So far this is where we're at. You guys saw that we originally, Laserworks cut these out for us. We did a clear one and a black one. I actually didn't ask for the black one, I actually asked for the clear one. I am so glad they actually made us a black one, because the black one just ties in and fits so much cleaner into the setup. Like, I mean, it just draws it all in, it just matches so perfect. So I am so thankful for Laserworks. Thank you guys for jumping in on this build and being a part of this. Also, Powder Solutions in Moreno Valley, they actually got this back to us like super ASAP, even with the special order color to match the customer's request. You guys can see the stand here is all green. Top layer is all like a semi-gloss. The semi-gloss was intended to match the compressors and the manifold, being that they all kind of had that dullness. But the contrast between the super gloss and the actual semi-gloss is actually great, and I think it looks amazing between the way it just lays out here. But this is what we're here for, guys. Now we do have lighting above us right now. We got the skylight, but you guys go. We step back here. Look at that glow. That is so beautiful. And again, powder coat was done by Powder Solutions. The engraving on the plexiglass was done by Laserworks. And this beautiful tank here has been graciously gave to us by Universal Air Suspension. Oishi, Zach, Craig, Richard, all the crew over there, thank you guys for making this happen. Neil, I'm pretty sure you're going to be super excited about this. Neil's the actual owner of this vehicle. He's the one who brought this whole build to us. So super grateful and thankful for all these guys. Look at that. Bam. Nice little glow in the logo. And this tank is just unreal. Now, this thing does have a whole bunch of crazy functions on it. Now, here is red, which the red looks pretty sick. It almost, right now it's so dark, but sand actually looks black here, and there's in the tank red, and that looks pretty cool. Blue, got a slightly of like a light white blue. What else we got here? We got a little bit of orange, we got a little bit of yellow, we got green, another type of blue, purplish. And camera is probably coming up all weird colors because the eye and the camera looks a little bit different here. But we're most likely going to be running this guy on the green at SEMA. But look at that. That is sexy. It's really hard to get the overall look on this thing because it's so freaking bright. Like on actual video, I actually have to try to dim this down so you guys get an idea of what it looks like here. Oh, there it goes again, kicking back up. But it's so bright it actually distorts the camera a little bit. So that that tells you how bright it is. My camera keeps adjusting here, but it looks absolutely amazing. Once all this stuff gets, you know, done 100% here with the coating and the actual heat shrink, and we start tightening all these fittings, getting the hard lines in here, it's gonna look freaking amazing. I can't wait to see this all done. right, guys, man, I am tired. It is hot, it is humid, but we made major progress. Look at this sexy thing right here, man. So let me tell you, last night my goal was to get this tubing done last night, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish it. I got all the tubing, got all the tools. The guys Vic and Charlie got all the tools for me. I'm like, I'm gonna knock this out. Knocked out one, knocked out two. I started getting to the little tight ones, and it was such a tight bend. I was just getting frustrated. I couldn't get it. Did it over and over and over. I literally wasted 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces over here, which is very unlike me. So I was like, all right, I mean, we all make mistakes, right? But I was determined to get it done last night. But out of my better judgment, I said, you know what? I'm tired. Let me just go home. Let me just get a good night's sleep. I'll come back early today, and we'll knock this out today. And well, I came back this morning nice and fresh, and well, we got all 6 front ones done in a matter of minutes. And it was literally like boom, boom, boom. They all just fell in place. I just needed some sleep. I need to walk away from it. Sometimes you just get frustrated from these things and you just gotta walk away. And this was one time where I was messing up, and yeah, and like I said, that's not like me, but when I mess up, I mess up. I mean, you gotta admit to it. I messed up, and I just needed to just walk away from it, come back fresh with a fresh mind, open-minded, and hit it again. And yeah, it knocked out easy. So let me flip this guy around, let me show you guys. So these were the 6 that I was struggling with, just because this bend is so tight. My flare could barely make this bend, or this flare, sorry. By the time we do this bend and push the sleeve up here, I only had about a 1/2 inch here to work with. So this was I was struggling with this big time, but managed to get past that and figured all that out, and it looks amazing. I really like the symmetry of this. Everything is very symmetrical, matching bends. I mean, you look down here, the gapping is just clean, and that's what I focus on, that. And if you look here, all the nuts are flat. I try to match all the nuts, matching as close as I can get them. Obviously I need to get these tight, so sometimes they go in a little bit further than the others. I was able to get these ones pretty much all dialed in to where all these little things like that are all matching. I tried to do that on the front as well, but some of these I had to back off and tie in, so I just kind of got them as close as I could get these ones. We switched over all the hardware that the Viers come with. We went over to the matching bolts that are just like on the tank, holding the stand, holding all these compressors, what comes factory on the compressors. So we just adjusted all those. We went to all socket head Allens and silver. I want to tie in the silver because of the stainless here. I want to kind of tie it in a little bit of everywhere, and then bring in obviously the black. I want to bring all that in, so it really looks like it was a really thought out, which it was. But a lot of people just kind of slap stuff together, and it makes a big difference. That little stuff makes a huge difference. I even noticed there's some fittings that, you know, because we have to buy from different manufacturers, we had to kind of change out fittings after I got them in, because I realized some of them had a slightly different shape, so I took some off, put them back onto the correct ones. We also eliminated that side cap. That side cap here wasn't going to work for how I wanted to do the tubing. I didn't want the tubing to stick out, you know, this far, because I was going to have to run it straight out. So I eliminated that. I still got to come in and clean this off. There's some like tape marks and residue from when we had this wrapped up. I got to wipe all that up, wipe the tank up, wipe the stand up. I just tightened all these, and let me tell you, the way they make these, look at the gapping in between there. It's absolutely ridiculous. But because it's so tight, yes, it's a more of a compact unit, but I mean, look at all this extra room that's over here. You could have evenly spaced these out, and it made it much easier to get this tubing. I literally had to take every single one off because I'm tightening it. I had to start from this side, tighten, go that way, put the next one, tighten, put the next one, tighten. So that was a little irritating, but other than that, I mean, it's no big deal. But yeah, she's looking good, guys. We also replaced out the factory Vier with a black, and we went with the red K&Ns. The only reason we did the red K&Ns on here is because his interior is actually like a raspberry red. So he has custom-made bucket seats from Status that is going into this car. So we want to kind of tie the red into the trunk. Kind of the same thing why we went with the see-through mesh on here with the heat shrink up here, just to kind of, so you can see it. You know that we didn't just leave wires bare because you see the mesh over it, but at the same time, you know, it kind of ties this into that, to the red logo and to interior. So the next step now, being that this is all 100% buttoned up and done, we gotta actually flip this guy on its backside, do a 90-degree flip on it. I gotta get to all the fittings down here because I actually got these laid out here. These are gonna be all my fittings. And while we're doing these to convert from Hardline back over to the nylon line, and once we convert that, we can run that down to the actual car. So guys, last night was interesting. After I left here, after I finished up the setup, guess what happens? My luck continues. I gotta say, just my luck. A lot of bad stuff has been happening to me lately, and it sucks. But I got sideswiped on the freeway last night in my my Ram. Yeah, first it was the glass in the window. Just got that replaced. Second of all, I haven't even got it tinted yet because the tint guy hasn't got back to me. But third, I get sideswiped on the freeway. So yeah, luckily for my crazy offset on my wheel and me paying attention, being visual, because I actually saw this car coming in way too hot. I looked to my right, I slightly swerved over to the right side. He tried to squeeze in between me and the other car that he was about to rear end. And luckily for that, because he had just enough room, he clipped my tire. I mean, his car was jacked up. Front fender, front door, back bumper, and quarter panel had black all down, pretty much all the way down up to the windows, from the ground to the windows. So he was all dented up, jacked up. I got out thinking my truck was jacked up. I got lucky. Literally zero. I mean, I got like a little scuff on the plastic, which the detailer will probably just get that right out, which I wasn't sweating it. So I got very, very lucky. His car, on the other hand, oh wow. But back to the setup here. We got all of our airlines. You can see them. All of our airlines are all ran in here. I got each one labeled. I got busted out the label machine to label each one. That way, if anyone down the road besides us ever services this, they can know what line goes where. And yeah, I got everything zip tied up, clamped up. We got to toss a few clamps on the bottom side, but I just got the setup 100% finalized. I got the wiring all done, so that way when you look into the trunk, nothing is visible. So if you look on down here, you don't see anything in the actual view of the setup. All the wiring is actually tucked on the backside, so you'll see I have all the lines coming in labeled as well with the unions already, and all the power wire as well. All right, so we got the bottom side all clamped up. Everything's good. Holes are all double checked. We got grommets and everything. And now the fun part, gotta vacuum this all out real quick, drop this car down, and gotta get the setup in. This is the part I've been waiting for. At this point, I was working right here, didn't even realize my wife and my daughter had got there. So you can see, we got the air tank in there. It was a tight squeeze, but we had to kind of maneuver it, tip it, dip it down, tip it back, and then get all the airlines out of the way. And that thing is not light, it is very, very heavy. That thing is made to last. So now that it's in there, we gotta fish all the airlines in and connect all the unions. We did that way if you ever have to remove the setup, you can pull it out very easily without having to cut lines and stuff like that. So yeah, now onto that. That's the fun part. Alright, so we got the setup in, we got everything tapped in, we got the LED lights tapped in, we got all the air lines tapped in, we got the power lines tapped in, the ground's tapped in. It's kind of a pain in the butt because everything was on the back side, obviously, because you don't want to see it when you visually look into it. But all that bending and stretching and gymnastics that I do to get in the back is going to be worth it when you look into here and you see zero wires. So now the next step is pretty much crank the sucker on and see if it works. Hopefully I didn't mess up. Pretty simple. So we got it kicked on right now. It's actually going through configuration mode right now. Set max pressure, low pressure, waiting for compressor. So we're waiting for a full fill up. Then from there we could do all the full movements and adjustments. We gotta get this all calibrated as well. We're gonna wait. There you go. Sounds like it just shut off. Right now it's running through all the calibrations. Doing all the adjustments. Compressor just kicked on again. That's one big difference on running this system right here. 150 psi is like absolutely nothing. 200 I feel like is just perfect. It's just enough. It has a little extra. The compressor don't cycle on and off so much. You can lift the car a few times, especially because this car is pretty light. So we just got the final wire tapped in for the LED lights here. So let's get this tested. Boom. Look at that. Beautiful. Man, I'm so excited. This looks like such a different setup when the lights are actually on. I'm glad I decided to do the little extra glow on the outside. It kind of just ties it all together. Originally, I was just going to do the lighting and the glow around the Hoppos logo right here. See that? So I backlit this, but I was only gonna do that. I wasn't gonna do that bottom section of the stand. I didn't think it was gonna be that important, but now seeing this like this, I'm glad we decided to actually put the lighting on the bottom side just so it glows out. But that thing looks freaking amazing in there. We got the actual switch box, which it's obviously not this, but the one in the car, and we actually checked all the PSI in the tank in all four corners. We took a picture of it, and we're just making sure there's no leaks. And everything seemed out to check out so far. We're just gonna come in and wipe this all up, clean it up, get our fingerprints off of this whole thing. Probably do another vacuum because I think I got some stuff down there, and just wipe all this up. All right, guys, so we got it all buttoned up here. We got the trunk dialed in, done. Carpet back in, clips back in, back seat back in. Let's get this guy opened up. Back seat back in. We are ready to roll. We got the battery up on charge right now. I'm just gonna boost it up because it's been sitting for a while. And then as of right now, we do have detailer coming in about an hour or two. So from there, we'll get everything all cleaned up and have it ready for delivery on this guy. Super excited because, yeah, man, this car took a while, but that trunk setup is. Plus, when you guys see this thing next time, it is gonna be completely different. A lot of people are like, that's a SEMA car, or you know, even my dad was like, that? I'm like, just wait. Neil won't disappoint, I swear. Neil's been doing it for a very long time. He's had a lot of cars in SEMA, more than I could even count. And, well, that right there is definitely gonna make a statement for him. So, hope you guys all enjoyed this. We're gonna get some rolling shots, some detail shots on this guy soon, and then we'll go from there. So, it just showed up right now. Walking to the wrong side of the car. I don't know how many times I've done that. All right, so Tico's coming. We're gonna back this sucker out right now, and we're gonna get it all washed up, get it ready for delivery.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem mean to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the difference.